How can I understand everything people say in the meetings I participate at work? Today I'm going to share with you a step-by-step you can use to improve your listening skills. This is a question I hear almost daily, especially from new students. First of all, I'd like to start with some food for thought. Food for thought means a reflection, something to think about. Attending a meeting in English without proper training is like running a marathon without practice. For example, if you had never run in your life, would you be able to run a marathon 20, 40 kilometers? Probably not. That would be really, really hard. However, if you practice, start with 1 kilometer this week, next week 2 kilometers, and the next 3, 4, 5, then it's more achievable. You will be able to do it. And the same goes for English. Imagine you are in a marathon. You may not be able to understand your meetings right now. Those may be 30 minutes, 1 hour, but that's not a problem. We will start small. I will give you a step by step that you will understand 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. And when you practice enough, when you practice for a month or two, you will be able to understand more and more minutes. Without any further ado, let's get into the step by step. And I was wondering, before I tell you the step by step, I was wondering why people have difficulties understanding English when they have meetings. It's because people attend, participate in meetings, and they expect to understand everything. Just because they participate in meetings weekly or daily, they think they will understand the vocabulary easily. That's not exactly true. When you only participate in the meetings but you don't reflect about what is being said, you're not taking notes, it's not a smart way to approach the situation and also to improve your listening skills. And it's also because they don't practice it the right way. Now it is time to show you the step by step. What I want to show you now is called micro-learning. Micro-learning is a strategy that, in a nutshell, summarizing it in one sentence is practice every day with consistency. You don't need to practice 1 hour, 2 hours, 30 minutes is more than enough. If you have 15 minutes, that's also fine. First, we're gonna practice for 30 minutes. And what's the focus? We're going to focus on real content from your work. That's why it works so much, because we are focusing on things you see daily. And the result is you will get more familiar and get used to the English people say and people that you see frequently. Moving forward to the step by step. First of all, you're going to record one of your meetings. One meeting that you frequently have and that you need to speak or you could speak more often. Of course, inform the participants or stakeholders, people that are in the meeting, that you will record it and only record it for learning purposes or for work purposes, because you will take notes about that in order to make a good work so as not to miss anything. Then you're going to choose a short section of the meeting. You don't need to reveal all of the meeting now. The idea is to focus on a short part of it. If you are on the beginner side, choose a part that is 30 seconds. If you are more intermediate, you can select 1 minute or 2. If you are more advanced, 3, 4, or 5 minutes should do the work. Select parts that are important and perhaps that you didn't understand or you understood but you want to reveal vocabulary, the accent. So that's up to you. You can choose the part that you feel more comfortable with. Step number 3 is creating subtitles using artificial intelligence. There are many tools nowadays that do this job, for example, CapCut, and the one I recommend is Clipchamp. This is a free tool from Microsoft. You don't have to download anything. It's just a matter of going to the website, uploading the video or audio you recorded, and there will be a button called Subtitles. You click there and the artificial intelligence will do all of the hard work for you. That's quite easy. I didn't include any videos or tutorials for this tool today. However, if you want to see that, I can do it. Just leave a comment. The tool is quite simple to use. However, if you need my help, I will be glad to help you. After you have the subtitles, and just one reminder, the tool, the artificial intelligence, is quite advanced, but it's not perfect. Therefore, you may see something that is not exactly true, that is not correct. So the tool may make one mistake here and there, but I would say that 90% plus of the times it will be correct. So keep that in mind. Step number 4 is listen to it again, but now with the subtitles, and compare it with what you understood previously. Check your understanding about it and look for new vocabulary, new expressions, and also listen to it again as many times as possible, as many times as you can. In case you don't understand something, you have the support of the subtitles now. After you follow this step by step for a week, you can increase the difficulty level and use the shadowing technique. What is that? The shadowing technique is quite simple. You will listen to the audio and right after you're going to pause and repeat afterward. For example, you listen to 3, 4, 5 seconds. You don't need to listen to a lot of information. You pause and then you repeat. Or while you're listening, you're trying to repeat in the same speed. First, if you never tried that, first, listen, pause, and repeat. If you're more intermediate or advanced, listen and speak at the same time. I'm sure it will increase the difficulty and it will be a different type of practice. Listen carefully, especially on the word they use, intonation, how words are pronounced. After that, repeat out loud. And I'm sure that after 20 days, you will notice great differences in your listening and also speaking skills if you do the shadowing exercise. Try it today. Let's just recap the method so we can finish. Let's just recap the method before we close. First, record a meeting. Remember to tell people that you're recording. You don't even need to record their faces. Only the audio is already enough. 2. Choose a short clip. Usually 30 seconds to 3 minutes is more than enough for 30 minutes of practice because you will listen to it many times. After that, step number 3 is create the subtitles so that you're able to confirm what you understood. Step number 4 is listen with the subtitles and confirm your ideas and impressions of what people said. And finally, if you want to spice things up, if you want to increase the level of difficulty, you can repeat it out loud. You play the audio, pause, and repeat what people said right after. We got to the end of this business experience podcast. I used exactly the same step by step with one student of mine, and he was able, like in the marathon, he started small, he wasn't able to understand everything that was said in a meeting, but after 3 months of practice, he was able to understand almost everything. It wasn't perfect, but he increased greatly the level of understanding. He increased a lot his listening skills and his abilities to understand what people said at work, and he was more confident to participate in those meetings. Do the same, and I'm sure you will get the same results.